looking back at this library actually, which is SAX builder in Python, so what we're trying to do is trying to extract the jobs from XML, like really large files, like a gigabyte of file with a couple million rows, and we need to insert that into the database. So this was the best library I found, but it also has its own pitfalls. It's not really developer friendly, it's not abstract, so you cannot do a lot with this library. So one of the issues I spoke about in my previous video was the state of the data. So for example, if we are in a file, let's say in this file, for example, um, the script is gonna go through the file line by line, and then but it forgets about the previous line. So for example, if you're in on the row 3625 3625 here, the script cannot tell you what's the previous row. So previous row would be here, company, right? So you cannot tell if we are in the company tag, or for example, if you're on a description row, you cannot tell what the previous tag is, which would be the name, like simple things like this. So as a solution, I had to keep my own state sort of thing, within the class instance. What I ended up doing is, okay, so the problem actually was that we would start inserting the data. We would get to, for example, let's say we would get to let me go all the way up. We'd get to the description, right? And then we would append that to an array, and then eventually we would insert that data into the RDS server on Amazon. But when we are on the second description tag, which is line 16, as you can see, there's two descriptions. One is a child of source, is a child of job right here, and then another description is a child of company, but the script cannot tell me that. That's the weird part about the script. It goes line by line and it's very memory efficient. It works well, but it cannot tell me that I'm in the company now. So when it goes over the company, I cannot say, do you have a description inside? I cannot do none of that. So when it goes over the company, what I ended up doing as a solution, I saved that in a state. So there's a variable, a boolean, that it starts with false and then turns into true as soon as the script is going over the company. So the program knows that, okay, now we're in the company. So when we reach to description, we know that we're in the description that's inside the company, because company variable was set to true, right? And then eventually when we reach the end of the company, which we can detect using never mind the airplane here, the end of the company, which we'll know using the let me just search and element tag. It'll tell us that it's the end of the company, and then what we'll do, sorry, one sec. What we'll do, we will set the company tag back to false. So we're kind of keeping our own state. The state starts at, let me just show you. We are setting the state at here. Well, we start initializing the state with false, and then when we know the program is on the company tag, we set the state to company tag state to true, indicating that we are in the company. And here it might be true, might be false, but when it's true, it checks if are we on top of a description tag. If we are, it'll save that tag as company description, and then eventually we can easily target that is the current element in company description and insert that. So that's the thing. A lot of times we have the program that does the thing, but we have to keep the state separately. We have to keep the state. The program is not going to give us. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to keep the state of the data a little bit, and obviously you don't want to put too much in the state, then your application will slow down. Imagine you're trying to store million rows into the into the memory. We don't want to do that. um, Probably million is not going to cause any issues, but yeah, you get the point. But yeah, that's where I am with this actually. And it seems to work. It seems to work. Yeah, it's interesting. This library actually, not very liked by people. Most of the people I know use, I think it's called Beautiful Soup. I haven't used that personally, because yeah, it crashes us. It slows things down actually. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you guys some update, and yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Let me know what you think, if you have worked with things like this. Yeah, would love to know your thoughts as well. Anyways, guys, have a good one. I'll probably drop a next video next week. I don't know really. I'll see. But yeah, have a nice one. I'll catch you guys later.